Goat Hill and Apple Street. Goat Hill Drive and Apple Street here in Oceanside. I just had to come up here for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's something different about the sunlight here. Get on the Sprinter, and I think we'll be able to get some work done looking over the beach and the beautiful women with nice skin and ass and bikini riding up the ass, and the smell of their ass matter, rubbing into that bikini, but the salt getting in there. And if I were to spread their ass crack apart and get down to that rim and that hole, with how much scent would be left on there, all the different colors and all the different tastes of flavors of female. But there's this golf course. I think this is the one that's a municipal course, but it's PGA. And I don't know. We'll put in the. That's why I thought it was, but this is the one I would ride this sprinter when I was here in Oceanside in 2022, and I saw this homeless guy with a duffer bag, one of those thin tube bags he probably got off of Goodwill, and some crappy old clubs. And this was during the tail end of COVID-19, and I was just like, I need to get out there and do that kind of thing. But I was just looking up there, and I realized, I could just imagine, and why don't I know how to golf? Why was I never on the golf course? Was it that I was born sickly, and then so I was too clumsy to be on a golf course at the age of 11 or 12, and it was just something, I don't know. But there's a lot of reasons. I think that because I was ready for sex in elementary school, that was really one of the keys. So, we all know we have to be sufficiently ejaculated. I brought up the concept of sufficiently ejaculated into our trophy wives, and golf is a big part of that, because if you're not sufficiently ejaculated into your trophy wife, you're going to be having prostatic blue balls, and it's going to stop you from being able to do everything you need to do on the golf course. But there's this big book called the USGA Rules of Golf. It's particularly for amateur golf, but it's something I should know by heart. And I wanted to read that. And when I was incarcerated for over 2.5 years, one of the things I was trying to get someone to send me, in addition to a calculus textbook, was the USGA Rules of Golf. And the closest thing I got to it was, I think, about once out of every single year at a certain time on like TNT, they end up playing Happy Gilmore. And I think I was spaced apart by about a year. We watched Happy Gilmore inside of the cell block. But that's, I'm talking about, I want to know the real rules of golf, not this kind of crap. But that's stuff I should learn. So basically, that the power of Satan, it defeats, that not even Jesus Christ can bear, and so it doesn't exist anymore, and so there's no savior, and now God is eaten into, such that space-time is remapped, and whatever it was, whether I was too sickly, too clumsy, or just not rich enough, and then now magically, just thinking of those guys out there, white son, white dad, wealthy, 2 homes spread between Oceanside and Carlsbad, or maybe down in Encinitas, coastal property, and my white dad and my white body, born to my white dad and my white mom, and a white girl. When I played football at SDSU for the Aztecs, I was so massive and so muscular, and my penis went into someone that looked like Lauren Finney from KUSI, and and it's so eugenic, and she was blonde, and my white man seed, and there is no races anymore, because the white is the color